Hello. Welcome to Back and Forth. With Jaime and Gerald.
Him. Me. Hi.
Jaime. We're talking about our last 10 decks.
No, we're not.
We're talking about our last 10 books. Last 10 decks was the pop-up Back and Forth we did.
We did.
And if you missed that, the link is below. As is I'm going to put this one away so I don't pull it out. So don't whip it out. That's never a good idea.
Whip it good.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Oh.
And I do have a snort count. And there are no snorts yet marked. And I have no tiny hands.
Well, you have a ton of tiny hands. You're just not using them.
I am not using them. So this is essentially what are the last 10 books that we've added to our collection.
Correct.
There is another hashtag last 10 books where there's a series of questions, 10 questions, and you talk about those. We are not overcomplicating it. We're just, these are and they're not in any particular order. I don't have them set up from like the newest to the oldest. So
no. But I'm glad you brought up the other hashtag that's out there. Because I looked up and there are a couple of them that have to do with the last 10. So we're honoring them all, but we're not doing questions. We're doing our own thing.
We're actually showing each other our last 10 books, and you're watching us. Last 10 books.
Okay, here, let's do this. Sip, sip.
Sip, sip. Don't look.
Say it with me. Say it with me. Books.
Books.
Remember that? Was it on Electric Company where the silhouette would be book.
I remember that. Does anybody else remember Electric Company? I mean, it's great. White Wolf Mother is here. Hello. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Hershey, the Shadow Reader, is here. Hello.
Hi.
The vibes to all. Well, here you go. Good vibes only. And I love it. White Wolf Mother's like, of course, nowhere else I'd rather be.
That fan just startled the shit out of me.
Oh, snort.
I don't know why. It was just like all of a sudden it's like, wow.
Okay. Getting caught up. So Pia's Life is here. Hello, Pia's Life.
Hi, Pia.
Good to see you. Pia was in the conversation, the Tarot the Stash Way yesterday with Thomas from Tarot Your Way, asking really good questions. Once again, proving that, you know what? Best chatters, hashtag best chatters. Maruta is here. Hello, Maruta.
Hello.
Good to see you. Spirit Tribe Talks with Deborah is here. Hello.
Hey.
Tiny hand ban in full effect. Yes. Julia Kusha Watts is here.
Hey.
Julie, are you actually still doing ribbon stuff for the costume that you're for the costume ball? For the event this weekend? Linda Kelzer is here. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
And Ooh, Pamela Baxter. Gerald and Jamie, it's my favorite time of the week. Woohoo! Oh gosh, this is a quiz. Twisted Sushi Quantum Love for All is
In the house.
Amanda? Amanda, is that correct? Is in the house, yes.
Mhm.
And I hope. Okay, lots of love. I love. Oh, and they are. Yes.
Cool. Oh, you were
Amanda,
right.
yes, got it. Okay. Yeah. Linda Day Gonzalez is here. Hello.
Hey,
Good
Linda.
to have you here. Julie, what ball gown are you wearing? Well, one that she's actually putting the ribbons on by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So, Gold Star. Woohoo. I'm very excited. Okay. So, actually, it's Julie that's sewing.
A needle pulling thread.
And this is coffee, not tea.
Mm.
I could get some jam and bread, but that's okay. You know, we could do this the whole show, but we wouldn't actually be talking about our last 10 books.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about those.
Not.
You are my guest. Would you like to go first?
I am your guest. Be your guest. Oh, sure.
Oh, and here, this is for inspirational and educational purposes only. Know your limits, purchase responsibly. We're not telling you need to buy these books.
No, we are definitely not. So I'm going to move my stack a little bit so I can. So, I have a thing with numerology. I enjoy it an awful lot. When there are certain books out there that are worthy, I pick them up. Sometimes I pick up a duplicate. This is a duplicate of a reprint, updated 6th edition. I will show you it in just a second, just to give you the background on it. Hetty Templeton wrote one of the first numerology books back in 1940. Hetty is this lady's grandmother. So this is just plain and simple Rosemary Templeton, numerology, updated 6th edition. I like this book because there is a point in time where everything gets so complicated and everybody adds all of this stuff that if you just go back to the basic layers, it's pretty enjoyable to just do the basic shit. So this is what that is.
Okay.
And it has good paper.
Oh, yeah. Jamie has a thing for paper because she writes in her books.
I do.
So
this is the kind of paper we had when we were in grade school back in the day.
Is it like the newsprint or it's not newsprint. Newsprint's really thin, but it's rough. Is it like
stroking my book.
She's stroking her book. Who was it? Oh, the something witch book by the YouTuber. It just came out last year. It also has those rough things or rough pages.
Gotcha. Well, this is a lovely book. If you're into numerology, I would even recommend it over something like that, Marita. But again, this is not about shopping. This is just about sharing what we have in our last 10 books or so. Yes. Anyway, I like this book a lot.
Yeah. And here you go. White Wolf Mother said, no, but an honest review tells us if we want to look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we'll give you honest reviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Hershey is also a highlight or write in a book sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Maiter. Is it Maiter? Sanjita. The paper and pen I use are important.
Yep, agreed. 100%.
So true. So true. Yeah. Yep. Love writing notes in mine. Okay. The ball gown will be on Instagram tomorrow. Julie's Instagram. Okay. So the first book that I have.
She is one talented woman.
Anyway, she is. She, oftentimes she's sitting there knitting lace.
Mm-hmm.
I got this book, Tarot Reversals.
Oh, nice.
By Mary Kay. It finally came,
Nice.
and I actually ordered this for my conversation with for Tarot the Stash Way
Mm-hmm.
yesterday with Thomas, Tarot Your Way. It was
Mm-hmm.
expected to arrive on Sunday. It arrived today. I'm grateful for it. Mary K. Greer, I like Mary K. Greer's approach. And to be honest with you, I got this about 45 minutes ago.
Nice.
I have not had a chance to look at it. Somebody said that it was a good book.
Mm.
So, and is it good? I don't know yet
Not
because
yet.
I haven't seen it. Kristen M is here,
Hi.
and I pronounced it correctly.
Maruda, probably.
Any chance you might add the book list to the video description later? Okay.
Wow.
Let's listen to that. Yes, Maruda.
Wow.
No, yeah. Okay. Oh, Plucky is watching the playback on your phone and very interested in the book recommendations. Book recommendations. Just bought the 4-volume library of Esoterica
Oh, that's so nice.
Press.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You'll like that.
So
Well, my assumption is you'll like it, but you know what I mean. Hi, Kathy.
Tortoiseshell Moon Kathy is here. I've probably okay. Question: where do you find by book some people swear by Llewellyn?
Mm,
So I'm curious for the go-to source.
I never automatically go there anymore. I go all over the place. I will talk to different friends that recommend different books for me that know the kind of research that I like to do or the kind of things. I used to have a research assistant and her name was Karen and I loved her dearly and she passed away several years ago and I missed her like hell, not just as a person, but as the fact that she could find stuff. She was a librarian. She could find things like nobody's business. I'm pretty good at it, but I just do a search and see what comes up, what explodes, and then go down rabbit trails like Gerald and I did the other night. What do you do?
Yeah, we could talk about that too. That going down the rabbit trails, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I will oftentimes I'll do a simple internet search for. I won't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily go to a big online store, and I also I talk to people. I ask them, "What do you
Mm-hmm.
know about this? What book might you recommend?" And for me, it's in my best interest to actually create lists to where because just because I'm curious about a book doesn't mean that I need to buy it.
Right.
Oftentimes, I will look at my library. I used to
Mm-hmm.
work at a library, so I use the library app, and oftentimes they'll say recommended if you like or suggested for this type of book, and
Yeah.
that's really helpful. I've
Yeah.
been doing that with Audible because I enjoy listening to books as well.
Yeah. My friend Kelly Fitzgerald has very similar tastes in books and subjects. So a lot of times I'll poke at her and I'll send her a text and say, "Hey, do you have this? Have you heard about this? Have you read? Blah blah blah." And then we
Sure.
kind of go from there.
Well, in full disclosure, I'm not a fast reader,
Well, you
and
like Audible a lot,
I do like Audible,
which is
and
groovy.
so yes, I worked at a library, but everybody who works at a library doesn't mean that
Mm-mm.
we're
I
we're
like Audible. If you get the right reader to you,
Mhm.
it's pretty
Oh yeah.
fun. I used to, when I lived in Seattle, I had a 2 hour drive one way, sometimes two and a
Mhm.
half, depending. So I went through Audible books like nobody's business. So,
Yeah. And it looks very interesting. This book, it was originally published in 2002. This is its 17th printing, and it looks like it actually. Oh, I love me some good end notes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but talks about the card upright and then the reversed meaning, or the reverse. So it has ample information.
Gotcha.
So getting caught up in chat. Tortoiseshell Moon, I may have already said hello to.
I know I did, so hi.
Um, Deborah said my new is the Four Insights by Alberto Villoldo.
Good guess.
Yeah. Use Discover Books. They have wonderful
Check
hidden
it out.
treasures.
I
Yeah.
go to Powell's Books too in Portland. They have
Oh,
5
nice.
floors of books.
Nice. I love Audible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Modern Metaphysicae does that. And Hypnocity, hello.
Hi.
And Pamela Batchelor arrived today.
The book that she was talking about above.
Oh, just like okay, thank you. Okay. Pamela Alone in Space by Tilly Walden. And Animal Wise 10th Anniversary by Teddy Andrews. And number 3, Tarot Ceremonial Magic.
Nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Up, Michelle Marie is here. Hello, good to see
Hey.
you.
Hmm.
Hey, slow readers, it works. We just have to figure out how it works for us
That's right.
and lean into it. I like Audible too. I'm also a slow reader. And if you're like me, you'd probably because you're picturing everything you're reading like I do.
So, in January, when I was on the couch and could not move after surgery, I had a lit class with Kelly. And I was TA, so I was reading the material ahead of time. And I had the Audible book going and the book in my hand. And I was turning the pages with the Audible.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Mm.
Yeah. It'll probably be really helpful to help me get more comfortable with reversals. Amanda said religious books section in thrift stores. Good ones tucked away. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of love for Audible. Well, the thing about Audible sometimes is you can get a 2-for-1 deal on some of them. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, thrift stores. Are you ready? You've got your next one.
I do. I'm ready.
Go for it.
So I figure I'm related to him. Finn McCool, or you can say it his actual official way. Anyway, this is a Celtic myth book that is higher reading, meaning that it's not so much stories, but where the stories came from, the origins.
Okay.
And it gives a lot of reference, and that's why I wanted it, because I want to find like the 1931 books, or there's still the 1800 books that are all about Finn, that I will eventually collect and get and whatnot. Anyway,
Nice. What's the subject matter on that? I mean,
it's about Finn and
okay, let me ask a different question. Finn who?
Finn McCool.
Okay.
Or Mac Comel, depending on who you are.
Okay.
He's Irish folklore. He's in some stories he's a god. In some stories he's a man. He has 2 hounds, Bran and Skolon. His sister was taken. She was pregnant. Her children came out as puppies. It's a whole thing.
Okay. Hypnocity just got a cool new Oracle deck called Wild Mystic.
Nice.
That's cool. So my next one is the one that Amina recommended to us.
Oh.
Do you have that one as well?
Yes.
And so Amina was talking about this, and Amina is going to be on in a couple of weeks, June 6th, the first Tuesday of the month. We'll continue the Laugh and Learn Orisha. This is about the divine feminine in art and gender and society. Oh, Jamie has been devouring that one. So
Oh yeah.
that's a second snort, by the way, people.
Yeah. This is
So
yeah.
it is it's like a, would you say it's like a sociology book
Absolutely.
matched with
Humanities, sociology.
a
Mm-hmm.
matched with a museum guide
Mm-hmm.
of the great
Absolutely.
photos. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a University of Washington press,
Mm-hmm.
and
Super good.
it's by this person. I am unable to pronounce the title. So,
Yeah, we were gonna have I'm gonna do that.
yeah. So
This is
indexed
super
up,
good
Jamie.
though.
Yeah. Indexed up, Jamie. There you
Oh,
go.
I have notes everywhere all over this one. I love it.
Yeah. So, all right. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey.
We're talking about our last 10 books that we've added to our
not really. It's a bigger
Speak for yourself.
um
Somebody is somebody's an overachiever.
somebody. So we were down we were in Reno for a vet conference, a whole bunch of us, and we were talking about I manage a bunch of different people and the way they learn, and we try and teach within our hospital how people will learn in a sense. We try and do as best as we can, right? So anyway, this book came into my hands, and it's super interesting. Our brains are
Neurodiversity at work.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's important to meet people where they are. I don't think that one size fits all with anything. And in our work, I'm looking to keep a crew of people together for a long time. I'm not looking to have somebody come in and then ship them out. I mean, it's nice. I mean,
Yes.
you want people to grow. And if that's the thing that helps them grow is to go on to a new hospital, that's groovy. But I want to be able to train where somebody is versus trying to fit them into a square peg.
Yes.
So that's how that came into.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of my last 10 books is the Oracle of the Animae Mundi Guidebook by Peter J. Watts. Peter was a guest for my first book casual, and we talked about his Animae Mundi Dialogues with the Earth book. And so the guidebook, which goes with his Oracle deck, this was one of the last ones that I've read or I acquired. And what I really appreciate about it is the setup. It has talks about the imagery, associations, messages, and then takeaways. I like that.
Yeah, I do
like
too.
So, and it has a small image of the picture. So that's one of my last 10 books.
And I'm trying to figure out what Deborah was talking about. What was that about, Jamie? And then now I have to know. Well, shit, so do I, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Was it about the snort or was it about this one?
I'm not sure.
With
or the one before that, or if it was Finn. I don't know.
Maybe it was Finn. I don't know. Good question.
Tell me, Deborah. I'm not sure.
We'll watch.
Okay. All right. You ready for the next one?
Wait a minute. The last book.
That he and I had in common?
Or the neuro one? While we wait, Hypnotist City said, my latest book is 99 Reasons to Forgive, and revenge isn't one of them.
Oh, the book that Gerald held up, this
Yes,
one. We
this
both
one.
have it.
Yeah,
That
look
one.
at us. We both go, this one? Yeah.
Yeah. It's about the Orisha and history and um gosh, it's so much about the West African everything. And it's
What's it about? Yeah. Okay. And no, it is not the Gerald spectacle.
okay.
It is this remarkable study explores the use of visual and performing arts to promote nonviolence and social harmony in sub-Saharan Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a community in Africa.
Yes.
So I did order this off of the Zon of Amma.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually, I think, did it have there's a subtitle.
There is art, gender, and social harmony in an African culture.
Good questions, Deborah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's yeah, very well done.
yeah, it's thorough and it has great pictures. I mean, they're good quality photos.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. And I will never get the opportunity to learn from the kind of man that wrote this. Amazing professor. So next, Numbers Decoded, Cards Unfolded, The Mystic Primer to Numerology and Cardology.
What?
Jacquii Leveine.
I have that one too.
Yes. So this one has nice texture and has lovely paper.
And lots of little tags in it for me.
Yeah, I don't have any tags in mine. I don't know why. I have one big bookmark. But so this lady was on Amina's Instagram. They did a live, and she is a master numerologist and has a lot of amazing information to share. This is not a beginner's book, I don't think. It's of a textbook style. Nothing wrong with that. She definitely knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff. And it is in landscape format because of the charts and things like that. What I'm finding as I'm working with it is I need to go slow. I need to read the section, and then I need to reread the section and do what it talks about, and then read what I just did.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she is definitely a master of numbers and cards.
Yeah.
It is a hefty book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan just got his copy of that. Good for you.
Yeah, I would think that this would be right up your alley, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not through with it yet. I'm about right there.
Mm-hmm.
I will always anything. I don't think that I will ever know everything I need to know about cards and numbers and things. So anytime I see something that is by someone I don't know, I will try and pick it up. This is not an inexpensive book.
It is not.
But I still think it's worthy and worthwhile.
Yeah. So it was about 60, 70 bucks. So, and there's the ISBN. Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I appreciate about this, Jamie, is the font.
Yeah, easy.
It's easy to read.
Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. When I talk about the cost of the book, I don't want it to seem like wah or whatever. There is a cost for knowledge sometimes, and if you want the knowledge that someone's going to share, then you need to pay for their time.
Yeah. I actually was wondering if this is a textbook or a book that would go well with the classes that.
Yeah, I would love to right now I have too many classes going in legit school, but I would love to take a class with her. I think that would be slightly earth shattering.
I love that. Slightly earth shattering. Lisa is here. Hello, Lisa. Lisa, kindness and light is here. Hello.
Hi.
So, well, so I'll go next.
Okay.
Scott Cunningham's Dreaming the Divine Techniques for Sacred Sleep.
Oh.
And I am a believer of one of the things that is important in my practice is to actually to actually pay attention to the dreams. And it's not really about lucid dreaming, but this goes into the past and how dreams were looked at in other cultures, and then how to create an environment for sacred sleep and the preparations for sacred sleep. So, and this one first came out in 1999. Dreaming the Divine.
It's a 90s title. Yeah.
Yeah, Dreaming the Divine, Scott Cunningham. And Tom is here. Early Ritual. Good to see you. Yeah. I like Scott Cunningham.
Same.
So, and but yeah, so, and full disclosure, when I can find a book used, I will buy it, because it doesn't end up in the landfills. And to be honest with you, I'm okay. I have some books. I have one book in particular that I don't mind the writing in it.
Yeah.
So
can I read Kathy's comment up here?
Hang on just a second. I have a few books that seem more educational reference style, not a read it book, but can't let them go, such as I love a good reference book.
Yeah, me too.
Love a good reference book. Is this the one that you said?
Yeah, I wanted to read more about liminality and liminal spaces. So my most recent is Weave the Liminal, Living Modern Traditional Witchcraft by Laura Tempest. Not what I thought, but still good. That's awesome.
That's great. And I want to encourage people, you also have the ability to go to your library, request the book. They may be able to get it through interlibrary loan, because there have been some books where I'm like going, I am not spending that money until I get my hands on it. And it works out really well. Is there a rule for this tag only? No.
Nope.
It is your last 10 books, whatever.
Nope.
And I was talking to Jamie about it, not sharing things, but actually telling her. I was like going, ooh, fortunately, one of my last 10 books wasn't one of my sticker books.
Oh,
if it would have totally been the sticker books.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I don't read just in, no. You'll see. Yeah. These are in no order. I just brought them in. They were down by my chair. So you ready? My next one. So Jeff Galloway is actually has been a coach of mine. So this is not a new thing to me. This is just a newer edition, and there are charts in here that I wanted because I have run several marathons and many you can't see my wall, but it's all my medals and shit. So I've done a little bit of running in my life, but I've been off for 2 years because of 2 surgeries in a row. So I wanted the charts that are in this book. And so I picked this up. And Jeff Galloway is an amazing human being, still runs a corral at 73, which, what does that mean? It means the fucker's fast still. And anyway, he came from a elite running back in the day. So in the 70s was like his big high time, for being the top of his game. And he developed the run walk method, where runners used to say you're not a runner unless you're running consistently. And Jeff said, no, that's not the case. You're a runner regardless.
Yeah.
And so the run walk method can really get you through a run if you're going to put it into practice. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's one of my most recents that I'm going back through.
Marathon. And I have to agree. Tom. Oh, I've run a couple of marathons.
Yeah, that was a dick move. Sorry. Sorry.
No need to apologize.
But I have.
But it was funny.
I didn't say I won them. That's for damn sure.
No, you finished them, right?
I did finish. That's all that matters.
Boom. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. And even when you don't finish, so far I haven't had it where I haven't finished. I've had a lot of friends that haven't finished, so I can't say that it's only if you finish. It's you've chosen to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. White Wolf. Wait a minute.
The Hidden Meaning
of Your Name is a really good book. It gives so much info, and I think this is an important thing. Look at me, I'm pointing. I think it's an important thing. There's so many books about different topics out there, so many books, and there's a lot of books about the same topic. Find the one that works for you.
Right.
And actually a good friend of mine who was going to teach me Reiki, she said, I want you to go to the library and investigate books on Reiki and find the one that resonates with you and that works for you. And that's the one we will use. So I think that was really nice. And Hershey just said, I got a 1993 rune book and I'm really enjoying it. And the Pressed Fairies.
Ooh.
I love finding books on creatures and goblins.
Yeah.
Pressed Fairies. I remember that one.
Yeah, I know. Kick me in the ass, man. It's all good.
Come on, it's all humor. Oh, wait a minute. I believe that was a snort, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, so we're up to 3 snorts. Please, Tom, keep on working those snorts. That's great. Is it your
calling
turn?
Me out? This is what he's doing, calling me out.
Oh, come on. We all love it. That's why people come to, that's why people come to Back and Forth with Jaime and Gerald. Sort of like a tarot deck. You have to feel a pull to it. Yeah. Oh, Hershey. Okay, Hershey got 2 snorts out of that one. And Jaime said if she gets a phone call, she's taking it. So, there you go. Tom said it's all in love. Is this my turn?
Yes, sir.
My last 10 books. Books.
There we go.
Books.
There we go. I knew you'd get there eventually.
It took me a second. This was gifted to me. Pay attention, for goodness sakes. Sylvia Bornstein. And it was gifted to me by someone who I don't know if I can say who gifted it to me, but it is Practicing the Perfections of the Heart, the Buddhist Path of Kindness. And it was recommended to, or it was someone found a copy, and it's a used copy, which I'm very cool with. And because there will be some other things that I will be reading that will be, this book may be referenced for those during those conversations.
Well, so there was a comment about, the things that you find in used books, the notes and things like that. And I dig that. It's almost like, so back in the day, I used to have to keep track of who of our clients lived or who died. And it was an important thing to me to say their names, whether they were a good person or a bad person. It was important for me to say their full name, right?
Yes.
And then the dates and it was like a whole ritual thing. So I kind of look at books like that where you have someone's notes, or they thought it important enough to put a little jotting thing in the margin. And it keeps that person's essence out there and alive, for me anyway. I kind of dig that.
I agree with you. Yeah, and it was, are you familiar with the book 84 Charing Cross Road? Love the book. It's a epistolary novel So it's written in letters. You read them back and forth. It was made into a movie with Anne Bancroft and the guy who played Hannibal Lecter, whose name escapes me.
Oh shit. Anthony.
Anthony. Anyhow, she actually talks about the finding a used book and it falling open. Anthony Hopkins.
Thank you.
Thank you. Both of us thank you.
I've been like this all day, man. It's been driving me crazy. I lose my words all day.
But she talks about in that how it's lovely when she gets a used book. It opens to the place where the reader has read multiple, the previous owner has read it multiple times, and there's a value to that.
Yeah.
So
it's very cool.
And okay, so Tony said, I purchased 6 audiobooks in a series. 1, it's a wonderful midlife crisis, thoroughly enjoying them, quite amusing, all fiction. Cool.
Awesome.
Love the notes. Love the notes. I loved used books. I used to have a route in Boston, Cambridge of all the used bookstores and used CD stores. CDs.
And I want you to hear this the way I heard this. Hopkins, 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 Hopkins. The echo effect.
Yes, here you go. Hopkins, Hopkins, Hopkins. Perfect. All right. There you go. Mercury has gone stationary, hasn't it? Well, too many fava beans. All right. What do you got?
So I'm one of the only ones in my family who has done all the genealogy things and the DNA things. And I actually found, a year and a half ago, right? That I have a half sister who's 10 years older than me that I found through DNA. Anyway, the technology is advancing. Anyway, so I have this little book. I didn't want some crappy book that's gonna take out all the things, the serious things or the real things, and Americanize it for me.
Sure. Yes.
I'm not so sure that this is the end all of books, but it's at least a good start to not have it stripped out or stripped down, because I don't want just the stories that Americans hear,
Yes.
So there you go.
Very nice. And what's the title of that again?
A History of Scotland, through the BBC by Neil Oliver. A look behind the mist and myth of Scottish history. Look at him. He's by the shore.
By the shore.
Yeah.
So this is a book that I got. It's going to be part of a Zen book discussion in the fall called The Practice of Perfection by Robert Aitken. So, and the Paramitas from a Zen Buddhist perspective. And this is one this is a used book, so it has been loved.
Nice.
So I'm interested in that, and it looks like this person got to maybe page 33 on morality,
and then they stopped. Done.
They're all done. Oh no, I was wrong. There's more. So
the logo on the front reminds me of my friend Jokinen, who's over on the coast, who has Zencraft notebooks, because he uses part of that as his logo. I love it.
Yeah. So, okay, I was wrong. This person actually read more of it. So, Practice of Perfection.
It's okay. I got a good giggle out of that.
So, and this was 1994 was it originally published. So, and we continue our last 10 books.
Books.
Wow.
Um. Yes. Yeah.
Quite a few old books around that focus on Scottish witches, pre-Christian religion in
Mhm.
Scotland, etc. There's a lot
Mhm.
out there about Scots history.
You know, one of my really close friends back in the day, she's a Catholic nun. She was from Ireland, and I will never forget going to
Is that
a
your call?
no, going
Okay.
to a movie with her that had stuff about the British SAS or whatever, and Sister Mary actually stood up in the theater. You fucking bastards! You fucking bastards! And I was like, this is fiction, Mary. Have a seat.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I died. I just died. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I was almost a nun before. If you didn't know that, little piece of history. Um,
Almost a priest. So,
um, little book here, Remembering, Forgetting, and the Science of False Memory, the Memory Illusion.
oh,
So I'm doing some research right now on memory, and actually what you think you remember isn't actually real. Um, you know,
mhm.
this is a very fascinating book if you are really interested in why and how you remember things. But yeah, the memory illusion,
The
super
memory
duper fascinating.
illusion. Okay.
Hmm.
Can you hold that closer up and so people can see the author as well? By
Yeah,
Julian Shaw.
Julia Shaw.
Or
Hmm.
Dr. Julia Shaw. I mean,
Yeah.
people went to school for a long time. The doctor
Well,
is important.
and
Seriously.
this, you would think that this would be really super dry. It's not. It's very well done.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tony said, obviously, you have to watch Outlander for the scenery.
Obviously.
I've never seen Outlander.
I met her, Diana. She signed one of my books. It's a funny
Diana
story.
Gabaldon?
Gabaldon, yeah.
Gabaldon
Yep.
used to work in a library. I can sometimes pull author names out of my.
Yeah. I used to do my law research in the library in Scottsdale that she would do her research in. It's kind of cool.
And they were absolutely brutal in the Troubles. And Maruta was almost a missionary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That fascinates me. Have very few clear memories from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if
There's
libraries.
a reason for that, though. You should investigate that because it's I find that is not as bad a thing. And this is my personal opinion. Got to remember, just based on the research, uh, you're probably clearer of mind than the rest of us that carry around a lot of all of these things that we think we know about our past and our childhood,
Mhm.
when in fact, hmm, probably not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kathy Tortoiseshell Moon said, my most recent nonfiction was The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arkawa via Audible. A
Kawa.
man and his cat traveling Japan as told from the perspective.
Oh, that's awesome.
That reminds me of who was it that wrote what Travels with Charlie is like
Mhm.
that, where but it's the perspective of the dog.
Yeah, Travels with Charlie Steinbeck, John.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Subjective.
no, Hypnocity, I wasn't implying that. I didn't either, but it's just interesting what my memories are, and then you compare them to my brother, who has a completely different set and doesn't
Yeah,
remember what I remember. Or you talked, if when my mom was alive, you would talk to her, and she would be like, "Jamie, that never happened," or she would say to my brother, "Never happened."
yeah,
It's just interesting how the brain works. That's
sure.
what that book is about. It's how the brain works and what we remember versus what
Mhm.
we don't. And those people that don't have a lot of that stuff, um, it,
Yeah.
yeah,
And Hypnocity, I get it. You didn't have a horrible childhood. I get it.
yeah.
It's just the way we remember things. It's well
Mhm.
known that eyewitness testimony is the least reliable form of ID or testimony. Memory is a very tricky, funny thing.
Oh yeah. Well, what's that expression? oh shoot, of course I would bring it up and go, what?
Hypnosis
There's
of the
everybody's
End is
story.
Betrayal. So I get it.
There's everybody's story, and then there's the truth, right? There's your version, my version, and then
True.
something in
Yeah,
the middle was
there's three
probably the truth.
sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lori Kramer is here. Hi, Lori. And Donna, artist in Oracles, Donna. Glad to have you here. Yeah, very interesting. What my siblings' experiences was.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yes.
All right. This is the newest. I still have more in my stack, but the Inner Work, an invitation to true freedom and lasting happiness. So I am reading this for someone else.
So you mean I can get you to read the books for me?
Yeah, I'm reading it to see if it would be suitable for someone else.
For somebody. Okay.
So, and I'm not so sure, only because the videos and things that go with this are very interesting, but it doesn't seem thus far to back up substantially enough for me how people would work this, what they're talking about.
What's the topic? I mean, the inner work, obviously, but can you say a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, so it's about understanding your shadows. Like what? So there's a video out there that they talk about this husband-wife, and they talk about this certain person that when you approach them, they give you the silent treatment, or certain subjects are volatile for them. I'm not going to use the acceptable words right now because they drive me crazy. Anyway, all of the things about why people react the way they react, and generally speaking, where those reactions come from, right? For this particular person, it's childhood trauma, right? And that, if you give the silent treatment or how you talk to people in arguments, it's not panning out to be something that can show you. They do step by step, but it's not enough, if that makes sense. Still interesting, but not enough.
Calla Lizzie suggests that it could be a very valuable service. I would hire you to read all the political books for me and list the lies.
Shit.
Well, what was it? Is there's a service out there. It's like executive summaries of books, so that you can get, it's like Reader's Digest or an abridged version of it. So
right.
All right. So the next books that I have, they're by the same author. I bought them used. They are, one is It's Okay to Sit on My Quilt book.
Nice.
By Mary Ellen Hopkins.
Hi, Mary.
And it is a, and I love it because this is 1989. And it talks about how to quilt, and it gives a whole bunch of information about the types of quilts you can do, and like 4 patches, and look at all of those options. And
is that good paper?
It's a luxurious glossy paper. So. And it's like, so there's that one. It's an older book if you want to stop that. But then I got that one used, and I also got this. Oh, wait a minute. These are the same book. All right. I got a second copy of it. It's Okay to Sit on My Quilt, but it was, somebody bound it. And
nice.
So it's got that. And where the hell is the other one? There was, oh crap. Okay, well. Okay.
Pardon us for station identification while Gerald finds his other book.
It's all right. Anyhow. So yes, I bought 2 copies of this. One because it was spiral bound. Oh God. All right. Well, I guess I'll stop talking because now I'm a bit embarrassed because I'm like, where
Don't be
seriously, why is
embarrassed.
that? Why? I mean, it was the other one by the author. Crap. All right. Go ahead. You're next.
Okay, fine.
I can tell you what it is, but I'll find it.
Yeah, I Hypnocity, I've been working on the exact same thing. So this one is the research of Jim B. Tucker, MD, called Before, and it includes 2 older books smashed together, Life Before Life and Return to Life, and it's children's memories of previous lives. Is super fascinating where you they talk to children that have very distinct descriptive memories of their past lives up to a certain age.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing research. Of course, you have to kind of believe in that kind of stuff, but it's super interesting. I think I was TA for a 1-day seminar about, I'm trying to think of the title of it. Anyway, I was the TA, and this was one of the authors that was talked a lot about. And so I kind of went through to try and get more bang from my buck to get a double book. So it's pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bye, Tom. Early ritual. Okay, I've been doing shadow work for 2+ years. No one can do that for me. Yeah.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah. And Thomas has another meeting. Love the quilt book. Yes. And oh, I love it. Buy early ritual instead of BYE. So Calla Lizzie said, "Oh, but is it really okay if people sit on your quilts?" I'm guessing no, Gerald. They're art. If I've sandwiched it, sure, go ahead and sit on it. It's awesome. Cousin has one that explains what the patterns mean. Oh yes, I've seen
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah. On a clear day, you can, or you cab see forever.
You can
Yes,
see it forever.
I know.
I know.
I'm reading, Linda Kelser said, I'm reading Moving Beyond Trauma by Eileen Smith. It helped me understand trauma healing.
Yeah, so I'm working on that side of it too with the memory side. That's where my research is for people that have dealt with trauma and what the actual memories are, right? Versus what's the story. It's a real sensitive subject, so it's definitely needs a lot of research.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yes, I know. Hypnocity said, I think I had a near-death experience at 3. I walked straight into a pool with my doll carriage. Ooh.
Interesting.
Donna, Artist and Oracles.
Oh yeah.
It was the numbers decoded. It was on a live that Amina was on Instagram. It wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah, so it was Amina's live stream on Instagram.
Yes. So, Jamie, that is such a good book. They even researched the kid's past life and found out the history. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's super fascinating to me.
Yeah. Because StreamYard Maruda doesn't do it. You have to do it immediately before, or, within the 5 to 7 seconds that it takes to get over StreamYard. Sorry. I'm not from
It's her Oracle channel, isn't it?
It's her Oracle channel, the Imani Oracle. I was just trying to see it. If you look to see the Laugh and Learn about Orisha, all of the links are there. So, and I've just lost a whole bunch of things. Trying not to move.
Oh.
Sorry, didn't know her. And Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's it's this Oracle deck, the IYAMI Oracle on Instagram. Amina, and she's going to be on the channel in a couple of weeks. This is the other book that I had, The Baker's Dozen by that same author. Same sort of approach.
Mm.
So, okay. Okay, I've been watching a show called The Ghost in My Child, and it's about them experiencing past life and knowing things no one could have known once the parents did research on the past life of the individual.
Mm.
Wow.
Interesting.
And have fingers and get excited. Well, trust me, when I, Deb, when I was on my iPad, I was timing people out and I'm blocking them accidentally.
You should see the next text messages I get.
Wow. I didn't hear if that was a snort or not. So, all right. How many more do you have? Because I have one more.
I have 3.
Okay, you go first.
I'm going to cover up the subtitle because this is controversial, and this is not about getting into a controversy, but I'm reading this book called The Violence Project. Okay. It is by Julian Peterson, PhD, and James Densley, PhD, and it's gun violence in the United States. And there's solutions and tracking and things like that. It's super interesting.
And I think it's one of the things that I appreciate about you, Jamie. I'm going to keep praising your general direction. Get ready. You're willing to find information out about something that you don't know about, even though it may be uncomfortable for you. You're willing to engage in it.
Yeah, well, I'm a big advocate of believing that there has to be a solution to everything if people are willing to shut up and stop the rhetoric and have an actual conversation. And that goes with anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Take your ego out of it and have a good conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the other book that I have is called Enchanted Worlds. It's the visionary collages and art couture of Amy Zerner, and it's by Monte Farber.
That's awesome.
And I really am a fan of Zerner and Farber. And this actually goes through and shows great pictures, talks about the process. And I have I would look so good in that.
Oh, Tarot Sachet would too.
Yes, if she could get, come on, look at that. It's like, it's a really amazing book. And I appreciate it. I enjoy it. And it's like, who knows, I might get inspired to do something. So, but yeah. So cool. Okay. What do you got?
So this is my blank storyboard book. So this is about, it's templates basically for story layout. And so you can use these like little index cards. I typically use the wall, and my index cards are up, and it's in an order in which I'm doing writing and stuff. But this is a cool thing to take with you to the park. And if you want to like chill and work on your stuff, you still have all your stuff in one spot without a bunch of cards that you can spill all over the bus, which has happened.
That's true pain. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the green coat. Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, is that all of your okay, you have one more? So could I make myself a coat like that? I have made coats. I have sewn garments. I haven't done it in a while. Well, if the pattern was available, I might be able to. All right, what do you got?
High Magic by Damien Eccles.
You mean this one?
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah. I'm also listening to this one on audio, and I appreciate it. Damien isn't for everyone. I
Is
like
Damien the one that reads it to you?
he is the one who reads it.
Yeah.
He also wrote Angels and Archangels, so I was listening to that as well.
Yeah.
So, but I got this one.
Hi, Naomi. I love you. I miss you.
Naomi is here. Hello. Oh, wait a minute. I have had so much death in my life. So is that trauma. My mom says I have a black heart. Oh, Mom. Geesh. The things that we don't understand. So, but I appreciate Damien Eccles and other stuff. So, okay, so we're talking about our last 10 books about any topic,
or 13 or 14,
or 14 or 15, or if you want to have some bonus ones. What are you currently reading?
7 of those in the stack.
Okay.
Well, so my brain has 900 compartments, right? And we are at work. The vast majority of what we do, not the vast majority, but a lot of it deals with death. Yes. And so any given day, you're in any given mood. And so you go to a different book depending on your mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
What are you reading?
I'm reading this out loud to a friend of mine's daughter. It's called Green Glass House. It's by Kate Milford, and it's a story. It's a good read. Do you know this book?
Yeah, that's a lovely.
It's a great read.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a good read over the phone. Sometimes I struggle with reading some of the books to her because she picks something to where I can't pronounce some of the names. And since she's not looking at the book and we're just doing this over Skype, I can go, okay, that's how we're calling him Mr. Vinji, regardless of how it's spelled. Nice. So I'm just like going, there you go. So Green Glass House, it's a great little book. And this was one that was recommended for me. So
that's awesome. I love it. I put it in the category of Secret Garden. One of those.
Okay.
Ones
Rita says I like reading multiple books at once too, depending on the mood. I am a one at a time. Yeah, gal, I get it.
Yep.
Artist and Oracles Donna said I always am reading 3 to 5. And White Wolf Mother said I keep telling my mom it's not that my heart is black, but I want to know everything that could be done was done to save a life of someone I know.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds healthy. So
yet to be determined, Hershey.
What?
What?
Yet to be determined, Hershey?
Yeah, it sounds healthy for you.
Oh,
if it helps you continue to do you.
Yeah. You're welcome. So, and I totally understand, Jamie. I don't always want the same book. My book choice depends on my mood that day, evening. And Naomi said, currently reading Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before by Julia Smith, self-help book. Oh, that's good.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So my bonus question is what are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to right now? So, The Lighthouse Keeper's Daughter. So our next lit class coming up on Saturday is that book by Hannah Gaynor. I'm also reading it on my Kindle. We have to have, well, I'm already 3/4 of the way, but we have to have the first quarter of the book done. So Lighthouse Keeper's Daughter. Yeah.
Excellent. And I am currently listening to A Hero with 1,000 Faces, the Joseph Campbell. So,
are you going to talk about your rabbit hole, or are you going to leave that alone?
Well, it's we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. People need to tell us whether or not we should stop or
You
whatever.
want to hear his rabbit hole?
Do you want to
Anybody?
hear my rabbit hole? If you do,
Anybody?
please put a thumbs up or whatever. And Maruda says the magic of tarot on Hoopla Digital.
Mm.
Oh, nice. See, and I want to encourage everybody to make sure that you check your library, because you may be surprised what books they have on their shelves in their digital collection, and completely, if they don't have it, they may be able to find somebody who can get it for you. And to trust me, help them keep their jobs. Use the library.
And Julie, you might find this rabbit hole super fascinating considering your topics and things.
All right. We're great. Yeah, I love it. Follow the white rabbit, Neo. Okay. So I'm listening to Hero with 1,000 Faces. And there have been a couple of times, and I asked this of Jamie. I said, okay, I need a complimentary book to Hero with 1,000 Faces, because it's too male centric. Oftentimes it's just, and what I am looking for, I want creation stories told from a female focus. Now, after I talked to you about it, Jamie, I was giving more of my attention to what Joseph Campbell was talking about.
Yes.
And I was a little short-sighted. He does tell stories from multiple cultures.
He does.
And many of the cultures do have different focus. And so,
but I like the thought of it being that's the center focus of the book, as opposed, or article or whatever, as opposed to, what Joseph Campbell does. Because I have the same book. It's right over there.
Yeah. So I was curious about, I wanted a retelling of creation stories from a female centric perspective, or even a book to complement a Hero of 1,000 Faces, because he's talking about the hero's journey. So
yeah.
And then what happened after that, Jamie?
What do you mean?
Well, both Jamie and I'm like, when we suddenly start typing into the interwebs, going, I wonder what that would be. And,
we must have sat there for a couple hours throwing titles back and forth.
Yeah. And I know, and I would love it on audio, Audible, or on audio. And one of the first ones that came up is Women Who Run with the Wolves.
Right.
And that one is not completely available on audio. Try Max Dash.
Look at us. We both get a pen out. Thank you, Julie.
Oh, thank you, Julie. But I had mentioned it in Lisa Papez's live on Sunday, and several people gave great suggestions. And somebody also mentioned that Women Who Run with the Wolves audio may be available in audio format on YouTube.
Right. Isn't there a book that you sent? Somebody sent to you. We both ordered it. I don't have it yet, and I can't go look because, like I told you, Steven's doing a meeting over there, and we're doing this here. And I bet you anything that everything would go. But there was a book that was recommended prior to Lisa's live. Hi, Kiba. I don't know.
Prior?
Anyway, I can't go look.
What was that one? Margaret suggested that one.
Hang
on, let me get my note out.
Yes. Yeah. So Maruda, so I live where 3 tribes are. We have the Klamath, the Modoc, and the Yehuskan snake. Indians, Native Americans, Indigenous. I prefer Indigenous, but you do you. It doesn't matter. And one of our most beautiful sacred places is Crater Lake. And I've gone there every year since 1973, even if I've been somewhere else in the world. But the wonderful thing is that the rangers from the park are taught the creation stories of the volcano and the caldera and how the lake became, and the mountains that surround the lake and what those gods and goddesses are and everything. So it's very cool to go down and do a ride on the boat on the water, because you get to hear the rangers actually repeat the creation stories. So it's kind of cool.
Okay.
The White Goddess.
Okay. Pia, what's available on audio or on Audible is only the first 2 chapters of it. And Native American. Okay, so indigenous too. Okay. You all are. This is exactly White Buffalo Woman.
Oh, I know that story. Yeah, I know that one. I'll have to see. I might actually have that.
Thank you.
Yep.
So,
thanks.
Oh, it was what was mentioned was braiding sweetgrass.
That's what it was.
Braiding
Thank
sweetgrass.
Yeah, and I actually discovered that I have read that before.
Okay,
but I have a brand new copy coming.
Nice. Okay, so White Goddess, Robert Graves, Grandmothers of the Light, extraordinary collection of goddess stories from Native American civilizations across continent. Hang on. Of the Light, thank you. And I'm just getting caught up. Thank you all. This is great. Appreciate you.
Purchase responsibly, know your limit.
Yeah. Well, I should have,
I'm saying it to myself because that cart's going to be full when we're done.
Yeah. Question. Do you ever get the book you just can't put down and have to finish it when you get it?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes what I will do is I will immediately start it over. Because it's so good. It's so good. White Buffalo Woman. You have the entire Pia, that may be an abridged copy. So okay. It's one of the favorites. Calla Lizzie mentioned The White Goddess by Robert Graves. Okay. Look at us. We're all purchasing responsibly. So but also my friend also suggested Hildegard van from Bingham. Hildegard van Bingham, because it's all about the goddess approach.
Nice. Love it.
So, and Hildegard, we had the songs of and that stuff back in the day. That was something recent. And Amanda Carroll, hello, Amanda Carroll.
Hi.
Plain Song. Sweet Little Mother Mary Tale, complete with talking animals.
Nice.
And yes, I will later tell you what I have done. Grandmother Spider. Yes, great female creation. Yep. Yes, thank you. That's the one. Von Bingham. So, and there you go. So then, okay, so what I purchased responsibly, is that's not really a snort. Was that a snort?
You could count it as a snort. It was more derision.
Okay. So what we had also talked about was, and you suggested this one, which was the woman who fell from the sky, a novel of the Iroquois. So I did purchase responsibly that one. And one that I found and I was excited about it because it was from the British Museum.
Right.
And it's called Feminine Power, the Divine to the Demonic. And I mean, it's from the British Museum, and how can you, go crazy?
Yep. The only reason I didn't buy that one was because of how it's laid out in the format. So I want to see if when you get it, if your eyeballs actually go
Wonky.
Yeah, because if they don't, then I will pick that one up because it's
Yeah.
seriously interesting to me.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's an exhibition guide,
Mm-hmm.
so it's great, and these titles are fabulous. I'm so glad the library is within walking distance from my house. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it is important to differentiate the snorts. Joy Harjo, she had some horses.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Okay. Almost done. I'm writing these down.
Absolutely. Yeah. We went down the rabbit hole on
Clarissa
purpose.
Pinkola Estes. Clarissa. Okay. I like that name, Clarissa.
Mm-hmm.
And Great Goddess,
Mm-hmm.
Sheen Markale. Okay, and so the other ones that I got them because she's an author of The Women Who Run with Yes.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
I did find some on Audible. That may be the one that I downloaded one from Audible that
I
is
believe that is
also
the
by
one.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And okay, one is called Passing for Human, and the other one, and Jamie found this one, is by Linnea Fink. Let There Be Light, the real story of her creation. And it looks like this. And this got really good reviews
And
from
it's
the
a
New York.
graphic novel even.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. And I'm looking, how can I not love a graphic novel? I mean, it's just like, wow. So, and I was able to get those on sale. I was comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So, Snowy Earth Comes Gliding. Oh.
Amanda,
Another
have you read that by chance?
Dangerous Old Woman is the one that I downloaded, Pia's Life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. Amanda, have you read that? Snowy Earth Comes Gliding. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you were all along for the
Thank you.
for it, so thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can always watch the playback, so yes, I am. Are you using a Sharpie? What color? I'm using a black Sharpie because it was right here. In a women's study class in college.
Right on. Dig it.
Yes. And the subordinate title of the Great Goddess is the Great Goddess, Reverence of the Divine Feminine from the Paleolithic to the present. Nice. And okay, yes. Okay, right. Now here's here. Okay, so one of the funny things is, can you hear that Sharpie? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Like going, oh my gosh. I was using a Sharpie. I'm gonna, cleanse the air. One of the things that I forgot that I had is Drawing Down the Moon by Margot Adler.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm like going, well, duh. I'm just like going, you know what? I just so I added a whole bunch to my Audible wish list, but I had forgotten that I had picked up Margot Adler. I feel it feels like I should have read that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one and Starhawks.
Yeah.
Just like going, you should have read that one. It's like, oh gosh. So It's a good
This has
book.
been fun.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks everybody for going to. Hope we can view this chat after the program. Amanda, it may take 24 hours for the chat to show up. I'll see if I can do anything from the side. And I do have some Barbara Walker. You talked about the Barbara Walker, what was the name of the one you had mentioned? The Women's Encyclopedia of Women's Symbols or something like that.
Yeah.
And that one is actually one of the resources that I have when I do my magic, or I'm working with my symbols, or if I'm working on my maybe someday weird oracle reading deck thing. I'm just like going, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Animal Speaks is a really good, but more for reference. I love me a good reference book. Raven Wolf to Ride a Silver Broom. Yep.
Oh, look at that, Matt. Nice.
That's good. And don't forget Francesca de Grandes. I can't remember the title of that one, and I believe I have it. Is that the Gifts of Aradia or Aradia? I don't know. Oh, look, there's Matt O'Brien. Yes, is that the right one, Matt? So anyhow,
yes.
Gosh, I'm going to take a sip. Goddess Initiation. Okay. You.
That's awesome.
I have that one, don't I, Matt? Listen to me. I have that one, don't I, Matt? Look, we're all writing this down.
I know. I've filled in the inside cover of my blank storyboard book. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So.
I don't know, Francesco, or do I? Right?
Well, yeah.
I love it.
All right. I just made Matt I know Matt, so he's a moderator. So
right.
Anyhow.
Woo! Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thank you. That man is so busy. So Raven Wolf, that's good. Look.
There we go.
I should be first. Buh.
Look.
Buh. Y'all look it up. Look up Electric Company. That's why I always keep notebooks and pens stashed all over the house. Yes, and the problem is, Calla Lizzie, when I need one, I can't find it.
Yeah, this room is full of pens and paper and everything else, but I use whatever is right in front of me.
Yeah. House of Spirits.
Okay. Oh, nice, Amanda.
Well, if anybody wants to do their own version of Last 10 Books, it's last 10 books that you've added to your collection, and that means physical, borrowed from your local library, Audible, download, digital, it don't matter. And all of the Isabel Allende. Pretty great.
It's awesome.
Oh, was that Sesame Street?
Was it? Are you sure?
Right.
Well, in any case, it was little kid learning, man, and it stuck with me for 56 years.
Yeah. Power nap, Amanda. It was Sesame Street. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. Oh, that's how I am with scissors. Yep. That's why I have a specific place for scissors. And and if they're not there, I roam around the house. My ADHD brain goes crazy. I'm like, where are the dang scissors? So I tell you what, it could be both, and it was all of them. Yes, it's Electric Company. It's Sesame Street. It doesn't matter. We remember it, and it's a great memory, isn't it? Shows you want. I know, not my, yeah. Okay, so yeah, your last 10 books plus the 40 just added to your list.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. Oh, that was another snort. We just heard it. and the Sophia Code.
Oh, I've read that. Yeah.
Nice. Scrambled eggs. Jeffrey and I had on Sunday, we had puffed eggs where you whip the yolks together. You whip the yolks together and then you whip the whites together and then you mix them together and it makes sort of a souffle. It's fun.
Push.
And where is that?
Electric Company.
Okay. Well, and here you go. 13 years of Sesame Street when my 3 kids were growing up.
Yeah, I think they must have both done it. Yeah, because that's from Electric Company.
Okay. Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom is good.
Yeah, I've read
Love
that
that one. And I remember when I was in college, a friend of mine's mother, Ray's mother, bought her Our Bodies Ourselves.
Yeah.
Which, revolutionary in the time and still revolutionary. And she let me borrow it because I was like, I want to know about this stuff too. Yeah. Scissors for fiber. Collage peeps. Today's important. Yes. Proud spirit. Mary. Oh, nice. Oh, Maruta has made that. Jamie, what do you got coming up on your channel?
Do you guys ever get tired of him poking at me and then doing the side giggle? He can't giggle at the camera. He has to look away and do a giggle. I had a bird that did that once. He would imitate my mother. He would hold his little foot up like she was smoking a cigarette. So he would hold his little foot up. He would jibber jabber all this stuff. And then he would look to the side and go like he was laughing, like my mom, because she would smoke and then laugh to the side. Hi, Gerald.
Okay. Well, next coming up for Jamie and Gerald is the continuation of the Laugh and Learn Orisha, and where it's a combined Iyami Oracle deck casual, where the creator Amina will be coming on and telling some stories. So I never tire of it. There you go.
Yes, thank you, Pamela.
There you go. Jibber jabber. What a wild bird. There you go. And oh my gosh. Really? All right. Okay. So tomorrow I have Kelly from Dozen Cats Wellness Tarot on. That's Wednesday. It's at 5. It's a bonus show. And I also just like and subscribe to the channel because I have a Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club on Thursday. That's the first one. So jealous. I just made coffee. You're welcome. How do you take your coffee? Next Tuesday at 4:30 Eastern, I have Sun Psychic Jean on for a casual. Monday, I have Terry Renner from Holding Your Space on Monday at 2. Easy for me to say. And yeah, it's all good. Just like and subscribe, people. It's easier.
Come and play.
Come and play, definitely. And I'll let you know on Thursday. I'm not sure. I mean, it's just going to be Woo Woo Witchery and coffee, and who knows where we're going with that.
Good question to end on, though. How do you keep your books, by author, theme, or just on the shelf?
I'm taking a sip. Go ahead, Jamie.
No, you're delaying. That's a stall tactic. Yeah, I see that finger. I honestly keep them everywhere. So I have this weird memory of where when I get my books and I put them away, my brain remembers where I put them unless this room steals it, because that happens. But generally they're grouped in areas of subject, but that's not intentional. Just shit happens, and that's the way my brain works.
Bye, Donna. I keep my my books all over, and usually it depends upon what I'm working on.
Hence the 2 quilt books of the same.
Yes, the 2 quilt books are the same, and I handed one to Jeffrey to look at. Oh, did you want to look at that one? And that's the interesting thing. We both like reference books, so your own organized personal chaos, Jamie. Yes,
I don't know about organized, Pia, but thank you very much for that.
randomly and usually by size, just on a shelf.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your time. It's
yes.
That's half the fun, right? Color and category, Julie.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's like it's. I think it's funny. It's like, have you ever seen that show where they arrange books by color? How do you find a dang thing? I mean, color of the spine. It's crazy. Yes, Calla Lizzie. It's that's the title. So, but it's all good. Oh, I love it. Subject then within this the genre. There's last. I do. It's like my knitting books are grouped by subject matter. Yep. So, Naomi, good to see you. Have a great week. Yeah, it's late for you. And with that, thank you everybody for being here. Do the likes and subscribes. And we will all see you later.
Soon.
Bye.